my sisters and brothers came from Europe.
That would be great.
Okay. My mother came. Let's start with my father. My father came in 1900, if I am correct with my statistics,
Okay.
because things were so bad in the part of Poland that was at that time under Russian rule, and the Cossacks were. It was like the story of, if you see Fiddler on the Roof, you see the story of what my parents were living through.
Huh.
So they packed up, he packed up and left to make the way for them to come. And he came to Philadelphia. He didn't land at Ellis Island, he landed in Philadelphia.
This is Samuel Shlomo?
Yeah, Shlomo Yuyul.
Shlomo
Shlomo Yuyul.
Yuyul.
And he came because he had at least 2 or 3 brothers that preceded him. And in order to enter the United States at that time, you had to have somebody vouch for you. So he chose that, and he came to Philadelphia. And he was able to find work at the sugar factory on what's that street?
Delaware?
Delaware Avenue.
Yeah.
It still is a casino there now.
Oh, that's right. Sugar House
Yeah.
Casino because of the sugar
He
cane.
worked at the sugar factory, and he got $6 a week, I think, was his pay or something. Or maybe, I don't know, but it was a very modest sum of money.
So tell me the part. It's his half brothers, right? That were here, right?
Yeah, his half brothers were here and spoke for him.
So tell me about the name, like the Winter and the Sidewater, please.
Yeah, well, my father and his mother were older than the other, because the other brothers had a different father. So my guess it would be my grandmother divorced my father's father and married the Sidewater.
Oh, So he
my
was-
father's name, his birth name is Winter, Shlomo Yuyul Winter, and his brothers were all half brothers. He was the only child of that marriage. Does that answer your question?
yeah. So he was the oldest.
He was older.
And okay, so he was born. She was divorced, and is that Chaya? What's her name?
I never remember. I think it is Charna or something.
Charna, yeah.
Rifka or something like that.
Right. Okay, yeah, that sounds
I'm
familiar.
not sure, because she was quite a disciplined woman, and she was a businesswoman, which was rare in those days. She somehow made money in her own right.
Huh.
Yeah. And so what else do you want to know?
So he came over, and he
Well-
changed his name. Your father took a different last name.
He assumed the name of his half-brothers, Sidewater, because of the expedience of becoming an American citizen. All right?
Yeah.
And at that time, he left his wife, my mother, Murial Segal, was her maiden name. And Muriel Segal already had, believe it or not, 6 children when he left. And he left because the Cossacks were after him, because he was a peddler and was doing, at that time, crossing the border, and that was illegal, with helping people to emigrate to America.
Which border was he crossing?
It was the one that goes to Germany.
Okay, Poland.
To get the ships that left for America.
And so would he have left from Germany?
Yeah, he disembarked in is that the word?
Yeah, disembarks.
In
I guess so.
That was a way you got to go to other countries. That's what it.
And you said he came straight to Philadelphia.
Yes, yeah.
And-
They were all steerage, you know, was no, was no trip. Yeah.
And you said it was 1900?
He arrived here in 1900, and my mother was alone with 6 children, and her father spoke to her, and her father told her she had gold earrings, and she also had a gold chain that I saw that she always kept that.
Hmm.
Yeah, and anyway, I'm talking about she, spoke to her father, and he encouraged her that this was no life that she'll be able to succeed, that she should try and go to America.
Hmm.
So she took Mary, who was an infant, my sister Mary, and she took the oldest son, whose name was Lewis, and the rest of the children, 4, had to stay with their grandfather.
Hmm.
So she came to America on steerage and landed also in Philadelphia.
Huh.
And shall I go on with her?
Yeah, what
story?
do you know what year that was?
From what we can deduct, it was, I don't have an exact year, but to me, I figure it was like 1904. It was, you know, within that time frame, because my sister, Roz, no, there was a birth of another child. I had it worked out, but it was all before 1910. So somewhere in those years, my sister, Roz, was born in America, and there was a boy before Roz. Because she thought that baby was, that's another story about, she went to the Jefferson Hospital, and the nurses would not let her deliver because she went, do you want all this?
Yeah, sure.
The nurses held her legs together because the doctor couldn't come, or wouldn't come, in the middle of the night, and the baby died. So that was a brother of mine
Hmm.
that they lost. So the way babies were born and conceived, because of lack of
Help. Doctors.
lack of, they didn't use birth control.
But you're saying she had 6 children
6
already in 1900, and you
Yes.
were born in 24?
24.
So 24 years later, she was still having
I was
kids.
born when she was 48.
She was 48.
Yeah.
Minus 24 would be 24.
Well,
So she had.
my
Okay.
father was born in Poland,
Right. And what year?
Yeah.
What year was he born?
1902.
Yeah.
Oh, 2. So he must have come over later than.
No, he came
Yeah.
later. He was,
It must be later than 1900 that
he
your
was left. He was left in Europe. Yes.
No, but your father must have still been in Europe in 1902.
No.
Who would?
No. He was born already before my. Before he left. Sal was born after Phil.
So they, yeah. So we had to figure.
Phil
I'm just.
was born and counted in.
I'm just saying, if he was born in 1902,
Right.
your father must still have been in Poland in 1902.
Or could be.
And then another brother, he said Saul was even later,
And Mary was.
and then Mary later. So maybe he came over in 1904 or something.
I don't know. I think the papers. You don't have the papers, do you? Citizenship papers. Somebody had a copy of them.
I have, my thought is birth certificate
Mhm.
in
1902.
Polish.
1902, you say?
I'm almost sure because Mom was born, they were like 4 years, she was born in 1906.
Okay.
I could be getting it wrong,
No, it could be right. I could be
but I
wrong.
think that's right. I can check
Hmm.
that out because the date's there,
Right. Right.
1902.
So, well, we could straighten it out because all this time it's all just talking and it's not been authenticated.
Well, do you know any kinds of ship names that people came over? No. Yep.
And I heard I can verify it by the records in Philadelphia, but
Yeah.
I never got to it.
It would be difficult without knowing the year. I guess
Could-
by
It
name.
could be done, but I never got to it.
And it's
Especially when they
Philadelphia.
didn't come through Ellis Island.
Yeah.
It would be hard to track.
It's that one museum that has the records here, and it's around the Independence Hall.
Hmm.
I forgot the name of it.
The Jewish Museum?
No, not them. It's they have a lot of shipping information.
Hmm.
I forgot the name of it, but it's a museum,
Okay.
Like a maritime something?
something like that.
Yeah.
But it's not maritime.
Yeah.
All right. So what else did you want to
That's so. Let's see.
see? We're talking.
So the Mary, the
So
youngest.
I didn't tell you how. So she came, and I was telling my mother's journey.
Right. She came with Mary, and who was the oldest?
Lewis.
Lewis. Right.
Lewis and Lewis, Mary, and she came, and then subsequently the baby boy died, and then Mary was already
Roz was next.
and then later on Faye, and then me.
So she already had 6. So three more.
She had 10 birds.
10.
I think it's 10.
Okay.